So do we start my W or my Q? I guess if we start with the Q, cooldowns reduced by 60%. What's 60% of 19? Well, 10% of 19, let's just say 20 because that's roughly the same. So 60% of 19 is 19 times 0.6, but I can't really do that in my head. So it would be 10% of 19 or 20 would be 2 seconds. So times that by 6, 2 times 6 is 12. So it reduces the cooldown by 12 seconds. Yeah. So in actuality, it would be slightly less than that because it's not 20 to 19. So it's maybe like 11 and a half or so. So the cooldown is like 8 seconds roughly when I use my Q and I catch it again. So I don't want to do that, or do I just want to use my W? I think I just want to use my W actually. Maybe not. Is it going to take me 8 seconds to hit? Let's start with my W. Yeah, because every third hit I basically do like double damage, which I think is worth it. Please stop math, go W please. Oh my god, I flashed out of my boomerang. Look at this map awareness. Azir, mate, are you genuinely this blind? Good job, Azir, good job. Watching me jungle 24/7 is boring. Oh, I'm sorry about that, but a lot of people only watch me to jungle, so it's kind of weird. I appreciate your sentiment though. I'll take it into consideration. The only reason I say people can get bored is just because it has happened and it happens. Like whenever I don't get jungle, I tend to lose viewers, so I assume people just want to see me jungle, which is what I deliver. Now this could be really ugly here. Kha'Zix could so easily take my red buff because I spend the, like, I chase down Sona and Sivir here. So Kha'Zix could be on my red buff. Like if he'd realized that I spend a lot of time here fighting, then he should know that my red buff's up for the taking and he should be able to take it. But is he going to do that? Doesn't look like it. And my smite isn't actually up, so I don't really want to do it just yet. So I'm going to just kill the race until my smite comes back up. Is the game volume really quiet? I can turn it up. I can turn it up for you, honey. Why did I just call you honey? That's really, really weird. There you go. No, I am... Oh my goodness, I didn't get a point in my E. I'm so dumb. I am going to max my Q this game. I kind of forgot I wasn't level 3 already. But yeah, I'm going to max my Q just because it has a pretty low cooldown. This is actually almost a bit too loud for me. I'm not sure. This red buff should kill him, and if not, my next boulder will. Oh wow, am I gonna die here? No. Well, I'm level 4 now, that's good. Yeah, I think support and jungle tend to have some kind of overlap. Deadline, it's true. So I'm going, do I go Madreds this game? I might go Madreds actually, and just kind of, you know what? Let's not go Madreds. Actually, we're YOLO Madredsing right now, guys. But do we want to go Wriggles? Yeah, we do. Let's get an early Wriggles. Let's get an early Madreds. Let's bounce on Syndra's head because we can, even though we're not going that direction. And let's walk down. On which junglers to do race walls before the second buff on? Okay, that's a pretty good question actually, Dredders. So I would say on the majority of junglers, i.e. the junglers which use attack speed, auto attack, sorry, not attack speed, that use auto attacks for clearing. So most of the junglers, so that would be Kha'Zix, Lee Sin, Vi, all those people, especially this is early on, mind you. On all those champions, you want to be doing wolves first rather than wraiths. But if you're playing a champion with very good AoE clearing early, pretty much the only example I can think of off the top of my head is a Mumu, or maybe Hecarim, someone like that. Then you can go to wraiths. But to be honest, if you went to walls every single time, you'd probably not go too wrong. So I would suggest most of the time just going to your wolves. I mean, especially on Kazakhs who can use isolation. I'm just gonna ward this just to get some nice vision in this river here. Nothing really too much to say about that ward. And as we see, Kazakhs there. I need to be a bit afraid of that Kazakhs because isolated, he will destroy me. So I think I'm gonna go bot and try gank here. I'm pretty sure it's warded in the river because that's where Siva just went here. So there's no point me really running down this river because it would probably just be a waste of my time because they'll know I'm there because it's warded. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk all the way around into their jungle and then go down just so that I have a better chance of this successful gank. I don't have red buff, which is actually makes this gank kind of risky, but I mean I think I can still get it going because my boomerang's a nice CC. But I don't have vision in that bush, which makes it really hard. Someone's coming for me. I think it's Kazakhs. Where's she going? I need to pick up my boulder if I'm going to win this fight. Oh, it's already down. Do I want to aggro this? I think I'm out of here. Fuck, no I'm not. Ay caramba! No, I have the wolves! No! Oh my god! You are kidding me! You are kidding me! I got the wolves! No! No! Oh! No! No! Oh no! God, that was no wolves, please. Okay, that one's so good. That was pretty good, and then it was terrible. Oh my god, it happened. Okay, let's go. Let's go again, shall we? Let's go again, shall we, boys? I can't believe I did that. Is Feral Flare any good on Lee Sin? No, it's terrible on Lee Sin. Lee Sin is not dependent on his auto attacks, so there's two reasons why it's bad on Lee Sin. Firstly, Lee Sin doesn't rely on his auto attacks. Actually, three reasons. Lee Sin doesn't rely on his auto attacks, so having an on hit attack speed item like Wriggles or like Feral Flare is not good. Secondly, it doesn't give him very good like flat stats like AD stats and stuff. So, and which is what he wants because he has very good AD scalings. And thirdly, the reason why it's not very good is because whenever you pick Feral Flare, it kind of incentivizes you to farm in the jungle in order to get stacks. And it doesn't give you very good combat stats, which kind of, in the same coin, de-incentivizes, is that a word? We'll pretend it's a word. De-incentivizes you to go out of the jungle. So really, it doesn't want you to make plays early game when you get Wriggles because you're not very strong. It doesn't give you stats to make you strong. So it's actually kind of a waste. And Lee Sin wants to be aggressive early. So yeah, it's really not very good on him. It's terrible on him, actually. Secondly, nice pun. Thank you. Maybe I should be maxing my W actually. I don't know. Either one is good. I prefer maxing Q though because when you catch it, it has a really low cooldown. And it's just a nice utility spell above everything else. Now I've got 2 potions, so I want to use them. Yeah, I'm going to use them. I'm not very close to my Mega Gnar form though, which this is why Gnar is kind of iffy in the jungle because he doesn't turn into Mega Gnar very reliably, and you kind of want Mega Gnar to be effective on him. I'm going to ward for my friend here. Just help it push down the tower. And push this wave out. I'm going to go mid. Let's get something going here. Maybe I can ward this blue buff as well. It's not going to be up for a while, but I can ward this area. Like once this tower is dead, you kind of want to. Once that tower has died, you're probably going to be overextended a little bit. in the top lane, so you probably want to... I'm going to wait for Syndra here. You probably want to ward that area. Now I'm just going to attack these minions a bit to draw my Fury, so I can turn into Mega Gnar. Where are you going, bitch? So maxing your W second is what you honestly, your skill order is probably quite up in the air of what you want to do. You can either max your Q or you can max your W, but at the same time I kind of think maxing your E second is not that bad because the utility it gives you is kind of nice. But I would never recommend to max it first, but it kind of raises a lot of questions about what you do want to max. And in my opinion, that's good. Like, I think it's quite nice when the champion, you can pick and choose what you want to max, what skill order you want to go, depending on your playstyle, your situation, your preferences, that kind of thing. So I like that about Gnar, at least. Hey guys. Hello, ecstatic emu. Bonk. Insta-catch the boomerang. What's my farm like? My farm is... my stacks, sorry, are pretty good, actually. My stacks are pretty good for this stage of the game, but a lot of that is because I have 6 stacks from PvE stuff. Like, DPS stuff. What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm going to go... I want to go tank Gnar this game. I'm going to go full tank Gnar this game. The reason I'm going to do that is because we have a Syndra top lane who is not tanky. Like, Syndra is not a tanky champion. So I don't want... Like, we have no tank outside of me. Blitzcrank is semi-tanky, but you never really want to rely on him as a tank because he's not really got... it's kind of hard to explain, but he's an unreliable tank champion because he's unlike Leona and Thresh, where he can like CC people a lot and really control the pace of fights and things like that. Blitzcrank doesn't really do that. He's more just like an aggressive playmaking support, but he does it very, very well. His playmaking ability is amazing with his hook, obviously. So, but in my opinion, you never really want to rely on a Blitzcrank first for your pure tank anyway. So I'm going to go pure tank. I think DPS Gnar has a lot of downside to him as well, and I think tank Gnar is very good. Has very high base damages, so I don't really want to... But this is, again, this is another thing which sucks about jungle Gnar, is that I don't really want to be turning into Mega Gnar right now. Like, it's really useless to be Mega Gnar at this stage. Like, it's pointless. But I'm wasting all my fury because I have to turn into Mega Gnar because I don't have a say in it. And then now I've got no fury built up, so I can't really fight too effectively right now because I have nothing to fight with because my Mega Gnar is down. So now I just have to run around and build my fury up again, and as you can see, it's not really that reliable. Like, I just killed a Wraith camp. Oh, you want some? You want some? Got him. When you proc your third hit on your boomerang, it's really huge damage. But now, because I was able to hit Sivir a lot, my fury is pretty high, and that is good for us. Like, now we can turn this fight around. Oh, Kha'Zix is here as well. I honestly still think we can fight this, in my opinion. If I turn to Mega Gnar, I think we can get this. Good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's go. I'm getting Azir here. Oh, okay. Did we get Kha'Zix? No, we didn't. I'm gonna manhunt Kha'Zix because I'm pretty sure he ran around here on low health. Where are you, Kha'Zix? Woohoo! We got him. There he is. He was there. I'm just gonna scratch because yeah, I got him. Yeah, I knew he was there. Whatever. Easy game, easy life, boys. We just aced them. Alright, let's push this out a little bit. Have I played Azir yet on stream? Yeah, I played him for 2 games previously. I really disliked playing him, so I've had to stop playing him. I was terrible with him anyway, so yeah. Red buff's up. Let's see if we can get that. I think we can. Is this up? Yes, it is. We're just destroying this guy's jungle right now. We took his golems, we took his red buff, and we're taking his race. And we've counter-jungled all of these. We haven't just taken them. We've counter-jungled them, as in we've left the minis up, which is really destructive. How do we do this? How do I use my ult here? I'm not sure if I want to use my ult here. Okay, I can use my ult here. And just destroy everyone. Holy crap. Whee! Now I'm out of here. Peace. Will I upload on my Jungle Wizard games? Probably not. They were awful games. So we got our Feral Flare. That's good. Feral Flare 16 minutes. Considering we're 7-1-4 as well. That's pretty nice. I'm okay with that. It's pretty crisp. Now I'm just looking at what I want to buy really as far as my defensive items go. And I'm probably just going to go for like Merc Treads here. And just like keep going. Keep chugging on. Maybe, like, I went for Sunfire here because Sunfire, in my opinion, is a really good, like, early game item because it does, like, if you ever have an item which does flat damage to something or, like, has a flat fixed amount, then that is usually very good early game and not as good later on. So, for example, if Sunfire Cape, but on the other hand, if you have something which, like, does percentage health damage, that tends to be very good. Or like Shred's Armour or something, that ability tends to be very good in the late game, but not so good in the early game. So what I mean by that is that if, in the early game, if everyone has like very little MR and very little health, then my 37 damage Sunfire Cape per second does quite a lot as a percentage of their health relative to the amount of health they have. However, if they have like 3000 health and then like loads of MR, then this 37 damage per second isn't really going to be as impactful. And it's the same with items like Hex Drinker, for example. Hex Drinker is a much better item early game than it is later on because it gives you a 250 health shield flat. An early game, 250 health magic damage shield, that is, of course. That is really big. That can easily be like 2 spells. I mean, that can be loads of damage. But in the late game, like, 250 damage can be like half the damage blocked of 1 spell. You know, it doesn't mean as much in the late game. So it's that kind of thing, and that's why I went Sunfire Cape, because it's very good in the early game, and when you're ahead, it's kind of like, it makes you be able to do damage as a tank character, which is what I'm going for right now. If you're ever playing a bruiser but you want to be very tanky but you're ahead early, instead of buying a DPS item, if you still want to go tank, that is, like I've done this game, I would suggest getting a Sunfire Cape. I hope you're doing okay, Clef. You could get back to fighting Force in no time. I wish you a speedy recovery, my friend. I missed you around here. Right. What I've done poorly this game is like a poor kind of dragon control, but that was just kind of because I was just destroying everyone and frag hunting, but I could have taken opportunity to do dragon better, I think. Get a sweeper. Yes, I should have a sweeper. Sweeper actually would be a very good item in this game, because, well, sweeper, whenever you're ahead, sweeper is a very nice item because it helps you close out games. Like, you can deny vision, and when you're denying vision, it's really hard for enemies to, if they're face checking things blind and you're in that bush and you're ahead, you're going to destroy them. So it's really, really good for closing out games. It also makes it very easy to take objectives like Baron if you've got a sweeper. And it means that their vision of control, so their comfort zone, is is a lot smaller because they don't have, not vision of control, what did I mean? Is it like, yeah, I can't remember, I'm not really sure how to put that, but basically, yeah, it makes it very hard for them to do stuff if they have no vision around. So it's very good for closing out the game, and in addition to that, GG, well played. In addition to that, we had Kha'Zix this game, and we were against Kha'Zix, sorry, and Kha'Zix goes stealth with his ulti, so anytime you're against a stealth champion, sweepers are very, very nice, whether that's a Kali, Vayne, Kha'Zix, whatever it is, because stealth, or Talon even, Stealth as a mechanic is usually applied to champions who are very squishy. And what stealth does is it's basically like a Kale ulti to an extent for a very small period of time, because you can't target. It's really hard to focus down people who have stealth because they're invisible. You can't target them, obviously. But when you have that sweeper, and it makes it really hard for them to outplay you. You just sweep them when you're engaging on them, and they just die instantly. So, and those champions who do have sweeps, do have stealth, like I say, tend to be the champions who are priority targets that you do want to kill very fast. Anyway, so that was the Gnar game. That was actually, I love Gnar so much, and I just destroyed people that game. It was really fun. Apart from the wall, the walls destroyed me, but that was my only death. So I think I can get away with that one.